way of changing people. When someone hurts you deeply, the first instinct is rarely wisdom. It is anger. It is the desire to strike back, to make them feel what you felt, to balance the scales with revenge. But the Stoics saw something most people never do. They understood that revenge is not power. It is surrender. The moment you obsess over hurting someone back, you hand them control over your peace, your emotions, and your future. The smartest way to destroy those who hurt you is not through retaliation. It is through something far more unsettling. Something far more permanent. It is becoming untouchable. When you master yourself, when you rise above their reach, you take away the very thing they wanted from you. Your reaction, your collapse, your attention. Stoic wisdom teaches that no one can harm your inner world without your permission. What people do to you is external. What you allow it to become inside you is internal. And that is where true power lives. Most people waste years replaying insults, betrayals, and losses. The Stoic does something radical. He asks one question. Is this within my control? If the answer is no, he lets it go, not because it does not hurt, but because carrying it forward would hurt even more. The greatest insult you can give someone who tried to break you is to refuse to be broken. To refuse to let their behavior define your identity. When you stop reacting, when you stop explaining yourself, when you stop trying to be understood by people who never wanted to understand you, something strange happens. They lose relevance. And irrelevance is more painful than any revenge could ever be. Many people think silence is weakness. The Stoics knew better. Silence is discipline. Silence is restraint. Silence is confidence. When someone wrongs you and you respond with calm improvement instead of chaos, you force them to confront a truth they cannot escape. You were never the problem. Their behavior was. If this kind of wisdom resonates with you, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. What you find here is not noise, not trends, not empty motivation. It is timeless philosophy designed to sharpen your mind and strengthen your character. Subscribe so you do not miss what comes next. The Stoic does not seek revenge because revenge chains you to the past. It keeps you emotionally tied to someone who does not deserve another second of your energy. Revenge feels powerful in the moment, but it always comes at a cost. It keeps wounds open. It keeps anger alive. And worst of all, it prevents growth. While you are busy plotting payback, life is passing you by. True destruction is quiet. It happens when you move on and become better than you ever were before. When the person who hurt you looks back and realizes they no longer have access to you, no influence over you, no emotional leverage at all. That realization cuts deeper than any harsh words ever could. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotion. It is about mastering it. Feeling anger is human. Letting anger rule your actions is optional. The Stoic acknowledges the pain, studies it, and then transforms it into fuel for self-improvement. Every insult becomes motivation. Every betrayal becomes clarity. Every loss becomes a lesson. The world is full of people who react impulsively, who lash out, who destroy relationships, opportunities, and themselves in the name of pride. When you choose restraint, you separate yourself from the crowd. You become rare, and rarity commands respect, even from those who once looked down on you. The ultimate revenge is living well, but not in the shallow way people often repeat that phrase. Living well means living deliberately, choosing discipline over impulse, choosing growth over bitterness, choosing peace over pointless conflict. When you do this consistently, you become someone others cannot manipulate or control. And that is when the balance truly shifts. Stay with me in the next part. We will explore how emotional detachment becomes your greatest weapon, and why the people who hurt you fear nothing more than your indifference. And if you want more calm, powerful Stoic wisdom like this, subscribe to the channel. What you learn here has the potential to change how you handle pain, people, and power for the rest of your life. One of the most misunderstood ideas in Stoic philosophy is detachment. Many people hear the word and assume it means coldness or emotional emptiness. That is not what the Stoics meant at all. Detachment is not the absence of feeling. It is the refusal to be ruled by feeling. It is the ability to experience pain without letting pain dictate your behavior. And this ability terrifies the very people who once hurt you. When someone tries to wound you emotionally, they are often seeking a reaction. Anger, tears, desperation, proof that they mattered, proof that they still have access to your inner world. Emotional detachment denies them all of it. When you stop reacting the way they expect, you break the invisible contract that gave them power over you in the first place. Indifference is not cruelty. It is clarity. It is the moment you realize that not every battle deserves your energy. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every person deserves a seat in your mind. The Stoics believed your attention is one of your most valuable resources. Wherever you place it, your life follows. When you withdraw attention from those who harm you, you starve the problem instead of feeding it. There is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can walk away without needing closure. Closure is often a myth. Many people wait for apologies that will never come, explanations that will never be honest, and accountability that will never happen. The Stoic does not wait. He accepts reality as it is, not as he wishes it to be, and then he moves forward. This forward movement is what truly unsettles those who wronged you. They expect resentment. They expect you to stay emotionally stuck. They expect to remain a chapter in your story. When you move on without bitterness, you remove them from the narrative entirely. And nothing is more humbling than realizing you are no longer relevant in someone else's life. If you are finding value in this message, this is your reminder to subscribe to the channel. Every video here is designed to help you master your emotions, sharpen your judgment, and build unshakable inner strength. Subscribing means you stay connected to ideas that elevate you instead of draining you. The Stoics often spoke about control. Not control over others, but control over the self. You cannot control how people treat you. You cannot control their intentions, their betrayals, or their failures. But you can control how long you carry the weight of their actions. You can decide whether their behavior becomes a lesson or a lifelong burden. Letting go is not weakness. It is strategic. It frees your mind to focus on what actually improves your life. Your skills, your health, your purpose, your character. While others waste energy replaying old conflicts, you invest that energy into becoming formidable. Quietly, consistently, without announcement. This is why Stoic strength is often invisible. There is no dramatic confrontation, no public victory, no loud declaration. Just steady progress and internal peace. And over time, the difference becomes impossible to ignore. The one who sought to harm you stays the same. You do not. People who rely on emotional chaos hate calm. They hate self-possession. They hate seeing someone they tried to destabilize become grounded and focused. Your composure becomes a mirror reflecting their lack of it, and that reflection is uncomfortable. Do not underestimate the power of emotional independence. When your happiness no longer depends on approval, validation, or revenge, you become free. Free to choose better relationships. Free to pursue meaningful goals. Free to live without carrying old wounds into new chapters. Stay here. In the next section, we will talk about how self-mastery becomes the final step in removing someone's power over you, and why personal growth is the most permanent form of victory. And if you want more content like this, subscribe to the channel. You are building a stronger mind every time you come back.